Tottenham Hotspur have released their financial statements for year ending June 25, which shows a £94.7 million loss after tax. Bloomberg are reporting that Daniel Levy is considering suing ENIC. Mauricio Pochettino believes that Tottenham Hotspur will stay up. The Zerbi's Premier League record, and stating that he wants to compete on all fronts. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is the Tottenham news. My name's Lee. I'm here to go through all the reports, rumours and news coming out today. If you're new round here and you're watching on YouTube, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Like, share and comment in the comment section below. If you are listening on audio channels, please do follow the channel and leave a review if you can. So today, Tottenham Hotspur have released their financial results and it's leading to a £94.7 million loss after tax. So the report reads as follows. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club have released their financial results for the year ending June 30, 2025. Total revenue and other income increased to £565.3 million. Profit from operations decreased to 112.3 million. Loss after tax increased to 94.7 million. The executive summary reads as follows. The club has today published its financial results for the year ending the 30th of June 2025. Total revenue and other income increased to 565.3 million during the reporting period, driven by our Europa League success alongside strong commercial performance across sponsorship, merchandising and stadium events. However, the domestic on-pitch underperformance of both our men's and women's teams during the reporting period had a direct impact on TV and media revenues. The loss for the year, depreciation, amortization, player trading, interest and taxation increased to 94.7 million. The financial headlines year on year. Total revenue for the year increased by 7% to 565.3 million. 2024 was 528.2 million. Match receipts 126.5 million. 2024 was 105.8 million. Driven by an increased number of matches at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. UEFA prize money was 34.7 million. In 2024, it was 1.3 million. Arising from the successful Europa League campaign with no European football in 2024. TV and media revenues were 127 million. 2024 was 165.9 million. Having finished 17th position in the Premier League, commercial revenues and other income from sponsorship, merchandising and other income such as stadium events, visitor attractions, pre-season tours and conference events increased to 277.1 million, up from 255.2 million in 2024. Operating expenses before player trading increased by 15% to 521.5 million, up from 453.6 million in 2024, driven by staff costs hosting a large number of football matches and stadium events and our continued technological achievements. Profit from operations before depreciation, amortization, player trading, interest and taxation decreased by 22% to 112.3 million, down from 144.9 million. The loss of the year's Our net debt as of the 30th of June 2025 was 831.2 million, 772.5 million in 2024. Over 90% of our financial borrowing of 851.7 million are fixed rates with an average interest rate of 3.7%. The average maturity of all our borrowings is 17.6 years, some of which stretch until 2051, ensuring limited impact on the club's financial sustainability. As with prior years, no dividends have been paid. The Daily Mirror have stated that Tottenham's latest accounts show their loss for the year at 94.7 million for the period ending June 2025. The club also revealed their debts are in excess of 800 million as they released their financial results on Tuesday. The staggering loss underscores a tough position the club is in, with the potential for relegation from the Premier League that could devastate their finances even further. The club, however, will have banked a huge figure from their run in the Champions League last 16 this season. Bloomberg have reported that former Spurs chairman Daniel Levy has hired a law firm to assess potential litigation against ENIC as he considers suing the former business partners after being thrown out of Tottenham, according to people familiar with the matter. Bloomberg have also stated that investors looking at buying shares in Spurs risk walking into a complex civil war over shares, accounting reviews and intertwined family trusts, according to people who have worked directly with Daniel Levy and the Lewis family. Former Spurs boss Mauricio Pochettino on if he thinks Spurs will stay up. It's a club that I really care about and I really trust they will stay in the league. Yes, they can stay up, of course. It's a difficult time, but they have the capacity to win. Roberto De Zerbi's Premier League record at Brighton: managed 70, won 26, drawn 19, lost 25, points per game 1.39, win rate 37%. Roberto De Zerbi's first 5 games at Brighton manager were 2 draws and 3 defeats. A huge positive when De Zerbi was Brighton boss. He guided the Seagulls to their first ever European finish in the club's history. At the end of 2022-2023 season, De Zerbi guided Brighton to 6th spot in the Premier League, finishing the Europa League spot. He said, "We don't need too many players, but my idea is to compete in 4 competitions. Hopefully the Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. It will be tougher for sure, and I think we might lose some big games who deserve to go for other targets in other teams. But we will bring in other players and arrive ready to compete in 4 competitions. We will play to win, to show quality and our style in every competition, and we can't lose our DNA. In Europe, if we play against big teams, we won't forget our style." So, apologies for stumbling through the financial results. It's quite difficult to try to read that and show specifically what's going on there and trying to link back between the two years. So the upshot is that we are currently we've increased our loss mainly due to poor results in the Premier League and so on. It's quite healthy though when you look at it for all the other because we went further in the Europa League all the way to the final. That increased match day finances. On top of that, we also did quite well in the Carabao Cup as well, so that would have added to that. You've also got all the concerts and so on and so forth, all the other different bits and pieces going on. I think when I read that it was 277 million for all those things on there. But of course, relegation is the massive one, isn't it? The good news is this season we have been in the Champions League, and that would have paid out a significant amount of money getting into the last 16, probably more than you will get for winning the Europa League. What was it? Did he say 34 million or something? 34.7 million for the Europa League campaign. It's not financially massive for the club, but from a fan point of view, was obviously a brilliant occasion. But yeah, it just shows how complex all this stuff is in terms of football, in terms of what you do and what you don't get. TV money is massive. If you don't do very well in the Premier League, you get less time on TV. You get less revenue from that. You also impact on things like sponsors and interest and so on and so forth. So it is a difficult situation. I don't think any other club is in brilliant financial position. I think everybody's going through this kind of stuff, so it's not surprising that there is debt in there. And of course, we are paying off this massive loan to fund the stadium. But as it says in there, 3.07% interest rate, which is pretty good on that much debt, and it goes out right until 2051. So it's spread out very much so. Should not impact us massively over that time. So I don't think it's a time where we need to panic about funds. But obviously, it depends on the owners and what they want to achieve, and how much risk they are willing to take in terms of buying and paying more players. Considering the amount of money we're paying in compensation for changing managers on a constant basis, that doesn't always seem like it's a problem, does it? So yeah, interesting, very interesting stuff. But we'll just have to see how it pans out. But, you know, finances is finances. These guys know, if anything, they know how to manage money, if not where to spend it for the best for the club. Daniel Levy looking at litigation against ENIC. Now that is interesting, because obviously everybody just thought at the time that he'd just been relieved of his duties, time to move on and so on. But actually, listening to Harry Redknapp recently, he said that he'd talked to Daniel Levy, and Daniel Levy had basically been frog marched out of the building. They didn't want him there anymore. So yeah, very difficult, because obviously he's still got his own shares in the club and so on, and as part of ENIC as a company. So it'll be interesting really to understand on what level he's going to do that. You would have thought that he would have been given compensation as an employee. I think you could just dismiss someone. There must be some kind of complications and that all in that, a compensation package or a remuneration for stepping down or something along those lines. So I suspect it's probably more to do with that in terms of his compensation for running the club for 20 odd years and then basically being sacked, although it hasn't been portrayed as that. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where that goes. It does make it a bit more of an issue, right? Because obviously with him owning shares and everything else, they can't just close him out of the whole thing. But yeah, interesting. And I think he's worked with Joe Lewis for a very, very long time. They've been in business a long time, and at some point were fairly close. So it's not going to help their relationship very much either. So, but there you go. That's for them to kind of work out. Maurizio Pochettino saying that he believes that Tottenham can stay up. Well, we all want to believe that, don't we? We all want to believe that Tottenham are going to stay up. So, yeah, it's good to have him saying that. But as we know, we're in dire straits at this moment in time. We really need to get off to a flyer against Sunderland in our next game, which is going to be difficult away at the Stadium of Light. They're doing very, very well as a team that's come up. Not going to be easy to beat. So yeah, and there's still some difficult games in there. The Chelsea one obviously is a bit of an issue. Everton flying and doing particularly well. Brighton always seem to do quite well against us. You know, if I can remember last season when we were cruising and then got absolutely smashed in the second half. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult ask. Have we got the players? Depends what players turn up, depends how they want to play. That's the concern for me. I think the players are technically decent players. I think they can do what they need to do. They're international footballers, they can't be that bad, right? The problem is they're not gelling as a football team, they're not playing as a football team, they're not giving their all. And this is time for them to step up. It's not helped by the fact that we are now on our second manager of the season and looking for a third before the season's out. So yeah, it'll be interesting, I guess, to see what happens. I'm absolutely dreading the football coming back to a certain extent. I mean, I really want the football back because I love my team, but at the same time, I'm really concerned about you know, if it doesn't go well, how difficult it's going to be. So yeah. dreadful situation. Never known anything like it in my 50 years of supporting this team. And in terms of Zerbi, obviously we're still speculating as it stands. We don't know. As I'm recording this video, I haven't seen any announcements as yet. But looking at his win ratio and everything else, first 5 games as a Brighton manager, 2 draws and 3 defeats, that won't be enough. That won't be enough for Tottenham to stay up. He's going to have to win 2 or 3 of those games at least to keep us in this league. And there are winnable games in there. You shouldn't fear Sunderland as a Tottenham. You shouldn't fear Sunderland. They are a team we should be beating. Brighton are a team we should be beating. Everton, a team we should be beating. You know, even Chelsea, we shouldn't really be losing to Chelsea. They're not a fantastic team at the moment, but they just have a way of winning against us, certainly. Aston Villa, another team, you know, we should be competing with. I know these teams are all above us and are having good seasons or better seasons and so on. But my point is, in general terms, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to those clubs. I'm just saying, in general terms, we should be able to compete with all of those clubs and get a result in those clubs. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on against them. So Zerbi, if he is going to be the manager, or whoever's going to be the manager, is going to have to win those games. So 2 draws and 3 defeats is not really going to cut it. He managed Brighton for 70 games, 26 wins, 19 draws, a 1.39 points per game, and a win ratio of 37%. That's not the greatest. It's not the greatest. But I don't know. It's just all the speculation about who's coming in and so on. And so that's his record. You know, can he do better at Tottenham with better players, with the players that he wants, with the finances that he wants? We should be able to spend more money than, say, Brighton, for instance, and really achieve something. So it's just whether all that's gonna gel together. The fact that he was at Brighton and he was saying he's not going to forget his identity, he's going to create this identity, and that's how we're going to play, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to play in Europe. We're going to go for all 4 competitions. That's what the club have been asking for as well. It's up to them to make that happen. The point, I guess, is if Zerbi is going to be the manager and those are his stats, he's going to have better stats at Tottenham. Simple as that, to try to drive us on. Otherwise, we're going to stay in the same boat, and that's not what we want. And the reality is, we need an identity that we're going to stick with and go with. We are constantly rinse and repeat. And I think that's why lots of people want Pochettino back, is to have some stability. You can have stability with a manager provided all the things are put in place to support that manager. You know, the hierarchy come out and say, this is our manager, this is our philosophy, this is our style, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to move forward. And then you build around that. You build around all that, all the way from the top to the bottom, for all your coaching staff, you know, your medical staff, all that sort of stuff. I've got to be pulling in the same direction. And to get the fans on board, you've got to tell us and show us that that's what you're going to do. So it's going to be interesting, but we still don't know as of yet, as of making this video. So all could change as soon as an official statement comes out and says one way or the other. Anyway, so again, rambling on as I always do. So if you've managed to get through sort of 20 odd minutes of this video, thank you for sticking with it. If you've liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. That would be really helpful. Let us know in the comment section what you think, how you're feeling about any of these stories. If you've listened on audio platforms while you're out walking a dog or driving to work or whatever, please do consider following and leaving a review if you can. That would be much appreciated. as I said at the beginning, my name's Lee. I go under Lee the Dorset Spur because obviously I live down here in Dorset. I've got my own channel, which is slowly growing thanks to you guys coming over from Chris's channel to give me some support. If you've not already done that, please do consider coming over and checking out my channel. And again, you know, if you would like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. Leave a comment or whatever, and yeah, get to know me as I get to know you. But as I say, thanks for watching this episode. Really appreciate the support, and I'll see you on the next one. Up the Spurs.